Alright, The Last of Us Part 2. One of the best games and probably most controversial games on current gen consoles and PC. So controversial that even after 3 years, fanbase cannot unanimously decide whether it's a true masterpiece, worthy of its predecessor, or a complete downgrade. In this video, we will try to shape our own perception of this game by completing not only Platinum Journey, but also do all 100% of the achievements, which takes much longer. Okay, well, I played Last of Us Remastered back in the day and the remake, but actually never played Part 2 when it came out. I think I was busy playing Doom Eternal, Death Stranding and Final Fantasy VII Remake in 2020, and Last of Us Part 2 kinda went by me. Of course, with all the hype around the game, I couldn't hide from the spoilers of Part 2, and I also watched that Naked Jacob video about Part 2. It was impossible not to watch. It's just too good. So if you haven't seen it, go watch Naked Jacob video. It's awesome. And also give a listen to his rom-com album. It's one of the best things that I listened in 2022. It's a Georgie level shit, you know, it's too good. But still, most of the story twists I didn't know. So generally, I have a clean mind about the game. And with that being said, let's get started. The Last of Us Part 2 has 28 achievements, 26 in the base game, plus 2 additional ones. The list of achievements needed for the Platinum does not have any particularly frustrating ones, with the most hard to get achievement being the Archivist, for getting all artifacts in the game. Also, it is not possible to get the Plat in only one playthrough though. There is not enough supplements and parts to get Survival Expert and Arms Master achievements in one playthrough, even if you vacuum clean every possible collectible. So probably we will need to play a game at least 1.5 times to get the Platinum. This is not a bad thing though, as we want to do 100% of all achievements. We also need to complete the game on grounded mode and with enabled permadeath. You see, there are two ways to do this, a hard one and a cheesy one. And since getting achievements, it's not always about tryharding, but more about efficiency, we will do it in the most cheesy way possible. So, the hard route is to do a second playthrough on both grounded and permadeath. It will take a lot of mastery, nerves, and
it's time consuming.
The easy way is to do 3 playthroughs, normal one with the focus on getting all collectibles and upgrades, permadeath on very light, and grounded with cheats. And somebody will say, but Flair, it's not possible to use cheats on grounded. Well, stay a while and listen then, because we're gonna cheat grounded mode like there's no tomorrow.
Here, let me engrave a trophy for you. Nobody cares.
We start the game on moderate and quickly go through a barrage of cutscenes, including the one where Joel shows off his shredding skills. And also this epic moment.
What is the downside to eating a clock? It's time consuming.
Right away, we are swept with some post-apocalyptic teen drama.
She kissed me. It was just Dina being Dina. She didn't mean anything by it.
I was talking about your fight with Seth. Wait, you kissed Dina?
Bruh.
What is this? Euphoria Aftermath? After that, we start playing as grown-up Ellie and pick up our first collectible, the trading card. Quick note, there are 3 types of major collectibles in the game that we need to gather. Artifacts, your standard notes and other documents, superhero trading cards for Ellie and coins for Abby. I will not list all of them like I did in my previous video. By the way, if you didn't watch it, please do it, because it has like 100 views. So, we go patrolling with Dina and also play a bit as Abby before getting to the supermarket section. There, we get our first safe open and accumulate the needed amount of supplies to get our first character upgrade and pop the cherry of our achievement list with Apprentice. Some fighting later, we get to the library where we find the first workbench of the game, level up our trusty gun to get Tinkerer achievement. After Joel, for some completely unknown reason to me, says his and Tommy's real names to complete strangers, that leads him to actually being killed and Ellie traumatized for life, we start our revenge journey. Some drama later, right away, before reaching Seattle gates, we found our 5th trading card at the bus stop that nets us Starter Set achievement.
Oh, another superhero card.
After getting through the gates, we find ourselves in probably the best part of the game. This section imitates open world perfectly, and I just love the exploring and a lot of optional places that you can visit. The first stop is the bank, where we can open a safe and find an engraved ring artifact, which is actually an Easter egg for Uncharted, and another achievement so great and small. After some careful exploring and getting Ellie to show us her shredding skills again, we go around every corner of this area to get Sightseer achievement at the dome. We get some gasoline and open Fuck Fedra gate, explore the hotel and get ambushed by a bunch of wolves. As soon as we get through our first gunfight, we get a specialist achievement for fully upgrading one skill branch.
Guys, did you see? Enough. We gotta get the hell out of here.
From here, the game becomes really action-packed. There is a gunfight after gunfight after gunfight after gunfight with little to no pauses. Honestly, at some point I really got mentally exhausted and had to take a break or two, because the game keeps you on your toes all the time. Nevertheless, we pull through everything and get to the theater where another legendary moment happens.
I think I'm pregnant. What? Don't worry, it's not yours.
Well, no shit.
Next day we get to Hillcrest, and after some gunfights we find a workbench where we fully upgrade the shotgun to get Mechanist achievement for upgrading one gun. Getting through the rest of the neighborhood, we meet Joel.
You think I'd let you do this on your own?
Sorry, I meant Jesse.
I think I'd let you do this on your own.
Steal a car, and after some awesome cutscenes, we're back at the theater to rest. There is a flashback chapter where we have some intense fights with infected, including Joel showing, yet again, that he's a superhuman by fucking dismembering a bloater with his machete. The next day, Ellie goes to the hospital, and this section holds the most vile jump scare in the game. Really, I literally almost got a heart attack. After another terrifying section with stalkers, we get to the sewers,
Fuck Seattle.
fight some Seraphites, and finally get into the hospital. Fun fact that the girl is playing Hotline Miami on her PSP. Another fun fact is that it's localized in Russian for some reason. You can see it if you look carefully. Nora gives away the aquarium information, and the next day we start off with Jesse. Though our team doesn't last very long because someone is a pussy and we have to fight through a bunch of wolves to get a boat. Finally, in the barcade, is this a thing? We find our 12th workbench to get In the Field achievement. Not long after we get to the aquarium. Honestly, the scene with Owen and Mel is so stupid yet so realistic in terms of human behavior that I really felt it. This is fucked up really, and I kinda like that the game has the balls to do stuff like this.
What are you doing?
She's probably dead anyway.
It is not worth it.
Stop!
We can talk
Back
about
the
it.
fuck up!
And now we play as Abby, who is kinda supposed to be a polar opposite to Ellie. We don't collect trading cards anymore, that's for whiny children. We collect coins, we pack some real guns and demolish runners with our bare hands. Yeah! Explosions! Yeah! At the stadium, we collect our first 5 coins and get mint condition achievement. And shortly after, we disintegrate many in a shootout competition to get sharpshooter. After some fights with Seraphites and getting AWOL to find Owen, we upgrade Abby to the point of getting survival training achievement for getting 25 player upgrades. Shortly after, we also find a precursor orb from Jack and Dexter in the Chinese shop to get Relic of the Sages achievement. Fortunately, Abby's so badass that instead of dying of hammer to the head incident, we instead are transported to a Christmas flashback. There, we can get another achievement, Put My Name Up, for getting at least 11 targets with the toy bow. After getting away from the Seraphites and Infected, we open another safe on the Infected ship. This safe also contains our final manual of the game and we get Journeyman achievement. We get to Owen and witness a sex scene, which is again a pretty ballsy thing to do in a video game. Honestly, last time I have seen boobs in a video game was in Fahrenheit or Indigo Prophecy, which was so long time ago that video game boobs were made like of 3 polygons. Anyway, we get back to Lev and Yara, climb a skyscraper to fall down in the hotel section. Not long after, we get the last safe in the gym and get Safecracker achievement. From here, my capturing software just decided to record an hour and a half of black screen. Luckily, PS5 also creates a short video of every achievement, so I did not lose any footage, basically. We upgrade Abby a bit and craft some new tools to get the Tools of the Trade achievement. After Lev runs away, we chase him through the sniper section and get to the island. There, we go through several encounters until we find the final coin to get Numismatist achievement. Finally, Abby and Lev escape the island and we get back to Ellie, who is living happily on a farm. We dance with JJ and Dina and peacefully watch the sunset where the game ends.
It's pretty, right? Hey, you know what? I'm gonna teach you how to play guitar when your hands are bigger.
Are you sure about that?
Of course not. We still need to chase Abby into California. There we meet Rattlers and during one of the encounters we get our last and arguably the best weapon in the game, a silenced machine gun, to get the High Caliber achievement.
Dragster Resort.
Not long after, we get into a few big fights with Rattlers and get into their villa. We find a final training card to get Master Set achievement. From here, it's pretty straightforward. We get back to Abby, fight her, forgive her, lose some fingers, and get back to the ranch for the sad as hell ending. I mean, literally, playing the guitar as Ellie in the end is heartbreaking. With that, we get What I Had to Do achievement for completing the main story. Now, it's time for some cleanup. There are just a few collectibles that we've missed, and the last one was hiding at Channel 13 building. Right after the cutscene, we explore some offices to find a note and get an Archivist achievement. There was also a workbench that I missed, but luckily I knew exactly which one. And after a quick stroll with Jesse, we get Prepared for the Worst achievement. Ending Phase 1, we start a new game plus on very light, but with permadeath on. Starting a new playthrough right after the first one was exhausting, but I had to press on and by the time we get to the dome, I already have Ellie's skills and weapons fully upgraded. We play through the rest of Ellie's storyline and also grab Looks Good on You achievement that I missed during the first playthrough. Starting as Abby, we vacuum clean the mall for parts and supplies, and as soon as we get to the Chinatown section, we get our last upgrade for Survival Expert achievement and the long-awaited Platinum. From here, it's just a matter of completing the game, so after skipping all the cutscenes, we finally get to the end credits to get You Can't Stop This achievement. Now we're into the shitstopper, Grounded mode. But you know what? I like the game, but definitely not that much to replay it 3 times fair and square. So what we can do is unlock all cheats in the Extras menu first. Then we need to start the New Game Plus on Grounded and play for some time. I played until the Seattle gates. From this point, you can do a manual save, exit the game and start any encounter available on easy or moderate. turn on cheats in the extras menu, exit back to the main menu and click continue. And voila! Now you have infinite ammo, supplies, and you kill everyone with one shot or hit. The only thing that they didn't add is invincibility, but to be honest, the game becomes very easy anyway, and all fights go something like this. From here, I press onward to finish the story as quickly as possible, and finally, after the third full circle of this marathon, we get Dig 2 Graves achievement and complete the 100% challenge. Gameplay-wise, the game is a big improvement to the first one. And the first game was pretty good to begin with. I really like the fact that you have different skill trees and weapons for both Abby and Ellie. That really adds to their characters, with Ellie being more of a stealthy survivor and Abby is a plain soldier archetype. If Naughty Dog ever releases Part 3, I would really love to see them build up on that system even further, with player being able to level the characters differently throughout the game. For example, you can invest skills in getting some big guns, upgrade your health, crafting ammo, and get a bulletproof vest to get a second health bar, making you a gunslinger warrior type. Or on the other hand, enhance sneaking, hearing, and stealth skills to become a ninja. Or even some kind of a mechanic archetype where you will be able to craft some cool tools or even some unique melee weapons and firearms from scrap. This would really inspire replayability of the game, because honestly, this is one of my biggest problems with the game. It's 3 times longer than Part 1, and playing it 3 times back to back with the same setup is exhausting. Nevertheless, I would give the gameplay a solid 9 out of 10, and Part 1 would get maybe 7.5 out of 10. Story. Okay, here it gets a little bit more complicated. You see, a lot of people either hate this game or love it unconditionally. Personally, I think that the story itself is not that bad. There are a lot of ballsy story elements that left me in awe, like the way Jesse and Manny got killed. No drama, nothing romantic in that death. No long monologues and no farewells. They just got a bullet to the head and are never mentioned again. No miraculous revives also. And yes, I'm looking at you, Tommy. I think this is something that takes a lot of talent to pull off in a game or movie and do it correctly. Another key element in the game is the fight between Ellie and Abby in the end of the game. I've read a lot of opinions that this scene has to make you feel confused because as a player, you relate yourself to Ellie and Abby as main characters, and you played as both of them. So you're kinda supposed to be confused and not know who to root for. But in my opinion, as a player, it's pretty obvious. I play as Ellie, so I am Ellie. I root for Ellie. Furthermore, I think it would be much cooler if the game would have you change characters in the middle of the fight. So one moment you swing your knife at an unarmed Abby, in the next moment, after a short QTE, the camera switches behind Abby's back and you have to fight Ellie as her. And then it would hop from character to character several times until the fight concludes. That would make me feel very confused in regards to who to root for, as I would basically play both characters at the same time. And that's about it. Thank you very much guys for watching this video until the very end. This brings The Last of Us Platinum Saga to a conclusion. So the next video will be about a completely different game. I'm really thinking about replaying Persona 4 Golden and do the Platinum there. But if you have any feedback about the video and suggestions on what I should Platinum next, please leave your thoughts in the comments and I will definitely consider it. Once again, thanks a lot for watching and of course, stay Platinum.